Tell you what, princess, the gym owner announced loudly, attracting the attention of everyone in the weight room. I'll bet you $100 you can't even deadlift your own body weight. When you fail, you admit this gym isn't for girls like you. The crowd of male lifters gathered around, phones out, ready to record what they thought would be an embarrassing failure. Gunnery Sergeant Rachel Torres calmly approached the 405-pound loaded barbell, exactly 3 times her 135-pound body weight. She was at Ironclad Gym in Denver, having just moved here after retiring from 8 years as a Marine Corps drill instructor. Owner Blake Harrison was smirking confidently, completely unaware that Rachel held the women's deadlifting record at Marine Corps Base Quantico. Gunnery Sergeant Rachel Torres, 32. Retired Marine Corps drill instructor. 12-year military career. Last 8 years as drill instructor, Marine Corps Base Quantico, powerlifting record holder, 5 feet 2 inches height, 135 pounds, deceptively strong build. 2 combat deployments, Afghanistan plus Iraq. Calm, disciplined, volcanic when confidence is abused. Blake Harrison, 38, Ironclad Gym. Owner, former college football player, now gym empire owner. Toxic masculinity, culture promoter. Overtly prejudiced against women. Social media presence focused on alpha male content. Overconfident but mediocre actual lifting ability. Gym members. 25 to 40-year-old male clientele. Hardcore lifting culture believers. Enablers of Blake's misogynistic attitude. Phone camera, ready viral moment. Hunters mixed backgrounds but shared toxic masculinity. Ironclad Gym was known as Denver's most hardcore gym. The walls were covered with posters of massive bodybuilders, the atmosphere intentionally intimidating. Blake Harrison's "No weakness, no excuses" motto flashed in neon at the entrance. Rachel Torres was visiting this gym for the first time, looking to maintain her fitness routine in her new city. She wore a simple black tank top and shorts, with no military indicators visible. Blake had noticed her at the entrance. Great, another Instagram fitness girl, he thought. Probably here for selfies. Rachel calmly began her warm-up. Bodyweight squats, push-ups, basic stretching. Her movements were precise, military discipline visible but subtle. Blake approached with a fake friendly smile. First time here? You might want to start with the cardio section. It's more beginner-friendly. I'm fine with weights, Rachel replied simply, heading toward the free weight area. Okay, but if you need help with form, let me know. Ladies usually struggle with proper technique. Rachel ignored the comment and began loading plates onto a barbell for warming up. 135 pounds, her body weight. Blake watched with other gym members whispering, "Watch this. She'll probably hurt herself." "Bet she can't even complete 1 rep, laughed Marcus, one of Blake's regular clients. $100 says she gives up after 5 minutes, another added. Rachel completed her warm-up set easily, 10 perfect deadlifts at 135 pounds. The movement was flawless. Perfect form, controlled descent, explosive lift. Blake's confidence shook slightly. Lucky set. Let's see her try real weight. Rachel added more plates. 185 pounds. Again, perfect form. 8 reps. The gym gradually quieted as people noticed. Phone cameras started emerging. Blake felt his authority challenged. Time for the nuclear option. All right, he announced loudly. Everyone gather around. This little lady thinks she can lift with the big boys. Tell you what, princess, Blake announced, his voice booming across the gym. I'll bet you $100 you can't even deadlift your own body weight. When you fail, you admit this gym isn't for girls like you. The crowd thickened. Phones came out. Recording began. What's your body weight? Blake asked condescendingly. 135, Rachel answered calmly. 135 pounds. Blake laughed. Boys, she thinks she can deadlift 135. That's like beginner weight. The crowd chuckled, but some noticed Rachel's calm demeanor. Actually, Rachel said quietly, I was planning to work up to 405 today. Silence. 405 pounds was nearly 3 times her body weight. Blake's laughter became nervous. 405, sweetheart. That's world-class powerlifting territory. Be realistic. Rachel methodically loaded the barbell. 405 pounds total. The bar bent slightly under the weight. This is ridiculous, Blake muttered, but cameras were rolling now. He was committed. Last chance to back out, he offered. No shame in admitting you're in over your head. Rachel calmly chalked her hands. A ritual Blake didn't recognize as military precision. I'll take that bet, she said simply. The gym was silent except for phone camera clicks. Blake smirked for the cameras. Easy money, boys. Gonna use this to upgrade the gym. Rachel approached the barbell. Her stance was perfect. Feet shoulder-width apart. Grip precise. Spine neutral. She took 3 deep breaths, a ritual from her drill instructor, days before demonstrating exercises to recruits. The lift began. 405 pounds rose from the floor like it was empty. Smooth, controlled, powerful. At the top, Rachel paused. Perfect form, complete control. Then, the controlled descent. Perfect deadlift. Textbook execution. The gym exploded. Holy shit! Did she just 405 pounds? That's insane. Get that on video. Blake's face went white. His mouth opened, but no words came. Pay up, Rachel said calmly, chalking her hands again. Wait, Blake stammered. That was... How did you... Actually, Rachel continued, 405 is my warm-up weight. Want to see my working sets? The crowd went wild. This was beyond their comprehension. Blake looked around desperately. This has to be... There's no way. Who are you? Blake asked, his bravado completely shattered. Rachel smiled, the same smile she used to give cocky recruits on day 1 of boot camp. Gunnery Sergeant Rachel Torres, United States Marine Corps, retired. The gym fell silent again. I was a drill instructor at Marine Corps Base Quantico for 8 years. I hold the women's deadlifting record there. Blake's face went from white to red. Marines? You're a Marine? Was. Now I'm just a woman trying to work out without harassment. At Quantico, I train Marines twice your size, Rachel continued. Physical fitness was my job. Making strong Marines was my mission. She gestured to the 405-pound barbell. This isn't impressive by my standards. I've deadlifted 475 in competition. The crowd was recording everything, posting to social media in real time. I also completed 2 combat deployments, Afghanistan and Iraq. Physical strength kept me alive and brought my Marines home safely. Blake tried to recover. Look, I didn't know you were military. Would it have mattered? Do women only deserve respect if they're veterans? Rachel looked around at the gathered crowd, phones still recording. Physical strength isn't about gender. It's about training, dedication, and mental toughness. I've seen 110-pound women outperform 200-pound men. She pointed to Blake. You assumed I was weak because I'm a woman, but strength comes in many forms. In the Marines, we learned that underestimating someone based on appearance is dangerous. In combat, that mistake gets people killed. The crowd was listening intently now, the viral moment becoming an education. Blake fumbled for his wallet. Here's your $100. Keep it, Rachel said. Use it to put up a sign. Respect all athletes. The crowd murmured approval. But I want something else from you, Rachel continued. An apology. Not to me. To every woman you've made feel unwelcome here. Blake looked around at the recording phones. Social media posts already going viral. I apologize. To everyone. I was wrong. One more thing, Rachel said, loading the bar to 455 pounds. My actual working weight today. She lifted it effortlessly, even more controlled than before. The crowd was in awe. Blake was speechless. Tomorrow, I want to see a posted policy. 0 tolerance for gender discrimination. Equal respect for all members, regardless of gender, size, or experience level. Blake nodded rapidly. Yes, absolutely, done. A month later, Ironclad Gym had transformed. New policies were posted prominently. Women's membership had doubled. Blake had begun featuring female athletes on his social media, promoting strength regardless of gender. Rachel became a regular, mentoring both male and female lifters. The strongest people I know, Rachel told a local news interviewer, aren't always the biggest. They're the ones who stand up for others, who challenge unfairness, who use their strength to protect, not intimidate. Military service taught me that real strength is about character, not just physical power. Blake, interviewed separately, was humbled. I learned that assumptions make you weak. Rachel showed me what real strength looks like. Rachel's story became a rallying cry for women in fitness. Military women shared their own stories of discrimination and strength. Gym culture began shifting, slowly but noticeably. Respect became more important than intimidation. The viral moment had created lasting change, one rep at a time, one gym at a time, one mind at a time. Because real strength isn't about proving you're better than someone else. It's about lifting others up.